Welcome back to the channel. So I've got a little Japanese white pine with me, which I've had since I started keeping bonsai. It's a lovely tree, or it was a lot nicer than it actually is now. There was a branch that originally came out of here and came out to about there, which actually died off. And as you can see, there's a few other little branches that have started to sort of die back as well a little bit, but a lot of new growth on it also. And what actually happened with this tree is it lost all of its roots, and I had to repot this in midsummer, and I barely knew what I was doing. This was way back when I started keeping bonsai, and I don't know whether it was down to me being so naive with watering or what actually caused the problem, but it happened. And like I said, I wasn't sure that it was going to survive, but it managed to. Recently I've been using a product called Danu by ProBio, and I would say, I mean, it'd come back round, but I think the Danu's definitely helped a lot to aid in this tree looking as good for the growth as it does. I mean, there was growth there before, but it just seems a lot more vibrant. And the bud burst this year is it's really quite vast. So the plan with it today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip pot it into a Japanese training pot. And what I kind of want to do with it is I want to change the orientation of the tree, maybe something like this, and do like a semi-cascade. I'm not sure it looks okay like that. Looks a bit weird, although the root base here is perfect. Because if you notice, this tree, it's difficult. It's got really bad inverse taper. Again, if I'd have known what I was doing all those years ago, I probably wouldn't have picked this tree because of that. But I was very naive, and this was, to me, I saw a tree that's from Japan, and I fell in love with it, and I just bought it straight away without even looking into it really. So anyway, enough rambling on. Let's I've set the pot up, so let's get this tree out of this pot and have a little look underneath, because I know that there's still the same wire that we tied the tree in with about, well, all those years back. It's got to be in there at least 6 years now. Like I say, I left it alone for 5 years before I even touched it. So yeah, we're going to take that out, try and get that wire out. I don't want to mess with this too much, to be honest with you. I just want to be able to fit it in that pot at a good enough angle, so that when it comes to wiring it, I can start to play around with where I want branches and stuff. I'd quite like to try and keep this top dressing, because it's not been on there that long. So I'm going to try and get that off into a bag, and then we'll go from there. Quite wet, and again it's been out in the rain, so it's to be expected. Okay, that'll do. I'm not going to mess around too much. Try and I'll try and move it out of the pot now. I know that's going to have to be done, because that is well tied down with that bit. Right. Gently with it. that's root growth, and I'm really pleased with how that's turned out because it didn't have any of that. Wow. Okay. If I was to tell you that there was non-existent, there was nothing there, then yeah, I mean that's amazing. I'm really happy with that. I can't believe how much root's there. Managed to get the tree sorted. There's loads of roots there. I can't believe how much roots there. If you had seen it when I originally had to repot it, it was ridiculous. There was nothing there, like literally nothing. And I really didn't think it'd survive. So what I've done, I've got a little Japanese training pot, and I've just put some soil in there, some Akadama pumice. I'm going to try and get the tree to the angle that I want, and then over time I can move this foliage around to how I want it. I've sort of got an idea in mind, but it's executing it, I suppose. So I'm going to find the best position I think the tree's going to look, and keep it in this pot for a while and just train it in this pot. So yeah, let's do that now. All I'm doing now is just pushing the soil in around the root ball, just trying to get any gaps, any air that's underneath it to be filled in with the substrate, yeah. Because if you don't have any substrate under it, then the roots won't grow into it. And yeah, we need roots everywhere. Yeah, I want the tree to be as healthy as I can. And yeah, you should definitely think the same way with your trees. It's all about the health of the tree at the end of the day, so you need to do what you can to make sure you've given it the best start you can. Okay, a little bit more, just keep topping up as you go along. And what I'll do in a sec is I'll tighten up those wires and push them into the substrate, into the soil. Might be a bit high to start with, like just here, but I've got to cover those roots, so yeah, I was looking for one of these pots for ages, and managed to get this one from Spain in the end. And I've got another couple from a place called the Bonsai Centre. It's closing down, and there's a lovely guy there called Clive, and he done me a deal on the last 5 of their little 5-inch ones that I bought one of. I wanted to buy more, so he done me a deal on them. Yeah, really nice guy. So here's pull, twist, pull, twist, pull, twist. Same with this one. Pull, twist, pull, twist. Have a little look. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so that's the kind of angle I'm going for, and probably try and use this as the head and this as the trailing branch. Might try and bring it back on itself, but I don't know yet. There's only one tiny little bud on this, so that'll probably have to go anyway. Yeah, a little bit of a tidy up. Since I've applied the Danu, so you know, I think it's doing something. Definitely. So it's all finished. Well, to this stage anyway. It's amazing how different the tree looks now. I've changed the angle of it. It was one of those trees that I used to look at on my bench and really think, oh, what am I going to do with it? It looks a mess. Disappointed at myself that I'd let it get to that stage of, you know, nearly dying. But I think I've moved forward with it. I'd love to know what everyone else thinks of it. But like I say, it's not the end product. Then trees never are, and you know, there's going to be a lot of wiring and different placement of branches involved in this. But definitely happy that I made that decision to change the angle, 100%. Anyway, if you like this video, could you please press the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, could you please subscribe? It'd be great. Thanks to everyone that does follow me at the minute, everyone that has subscribed, that's really cool. And thanks for taking time out of your day to watch my video. So take care, see ya.